Your baby is staring at you. Not at the ceiling. Not at the light. You. Locked on. Unblinking. Like you are the only thing that exists. You smile. They smile back. Then you look away for 1 second. And something changes. Their expression shifts. Not into crying. Into stillness. Like they're waiting for you to return. Most people think this is simple instinct. But researchers spent decades studying moments exactly like this. And what they found changed how we understand human development. Because your baby is not just looking at you. They're studying you. Your face, your tone, the speed of your response. All of it becomes information. And from that information, the brain begins building a map of reality. Is the world safe? Can people be trusted? Does comfort arrive when needed? Or disappear? All of this starts before language. Before memory. Before a child even understands they are separate from you. And that's what makes infancy so strange. A baby's brain is unfinished at birth. Human infants arrive more dependent than almost any other species. They cannot regulate their own emotions or calm themselves for long. So they borrow regulation from another nervous system. Worse, researchers discovered that early emotional connection literally shapes the architecture of the developing brain. Every time a caregiver responds with warmth and consistency, neural pathways strengthen. Every repeated moment of comfort teaches the nervous system something important. You are safe. But the brain also learns from absence. In the 1970s, psychologist Edward Tronick conducted a famous experiment called the still face paradigm. A mother sat facing her baby, smiling and interacting normally. Then suddenly she stopped responding. Her face went blank. What happened next shocked researchers. The baby immediately tried harder to reconnect. Smiling bigger. Reaching forward. Making louder sounds. When nothing worked, distress appeared. The baby's stress hormones increased. Heart rate changed. Some infants cried. Others withdrew completely. To a baby's nervous system, emotional disconnection feels like danger, even though the parent never left. That experiment revealed something profound. Babies are deeply sensitive not just to physical presence, but emotional availability. And researchers began asking a larger question. What happens when emotional absence becomes a pattern? The answer appeared most clearly in studies of Romanian orphanages during the 1990s. Many children there received food and physical care, but little affection, eye contact, or consistent emotional interaction. Researchers found measurable differences in brain development. The brain had adapted to emotional deprivation. But they also discovered something hopeful. Children placed into nurturing homes early enough often showed major recovery. The brain could rebuild through connection. And that changed everything. Because scientists realized these patterns weren't limited to extreme neglect. Even ordinary homes shape the nervous system through thousands of small interactions. A distracted parent. A constantly stressed household. A caregiver who loves deeply but struggles emotionally themselves. None of these moments seem dramatic. But childhood development happens in accumulation. The nervous system keeps score. Researchers later discovered something even stranger. Babies don't just receive emotional signals. They respond to them. Infants often try to calm distressed caregivers through eye contact, smiling, and vocalization. Parent and child begin regulating each other biologically. Heart rhythms synchronize. Stress levels align. Two nervous systems learning each other in real time. And from those repeated interactions, attachment forms. The deep internal belief about whether connection is safe. Studies following children into adulthood found that early attachment patterns often shape future relationships, stress responses, and emotional security. A child who experiences inconsistent connection may later struggle with trust, intimacy, or fear of abandonment. Not because they chose those patterns consciously, because the nervous system learned them early. But the research also carried hope. Awareness matters. Adults who understand their own emotional history are far more capable of building secure relationships with their children. The cycle can change. Which brings us back to the staring baby. Before language, your face is their world. The first mirror a child ever looks into is another human face. And what they see reflected there quietly becomes part of who they are. Am I safe? Do I matter? Will someone come when I need them? Those questions begin long before words. And the answers are often delivered in ordinary moments. A voice in the dark. Parent returning after crying. Someone staying calm during fear. None of it feels historic while it's happening. But it is. One day your child will stop staring at you this way. Their attention will move outward toward the world. But the emotional reality they built from you will travel with them into every future relationship. Long before memory, they were already learning what love feels like. And maybe that's where the self truly begins.